single for so long that it's chill, but I'm still looking for the real deal. I will never ever settle until all the little check boxes are filled. I thought I met the right one about 5 times. 2 fell below the mark, but 3 is still light. Through thick and thin, they've all stayed in my life, but I can't make up my mind. I got too many options. That's my fucking problem.
Welcome Facebook, welcome YouTube. We're back with another very exciting podcast episode today. Today my guest is the Violet CAPRI, and
Hey.
that is, go ahead, say hi so the camera goes to you.
Hi guys.
What's this dog you have here?
This is Farah. She's obsessed with me, so she has to be on me 24/7.
What kind of dog is it?
Yeah. She's a mix. Chihuahua, Terrier, Dachshund, Schnauzer.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, joining us for the podcast today. I like it.
She is.
Cool. All right, so this is exciting for me because, well, this is the longest conversation we've had already.
Yeah.
Between you and I.
Yeah.
But that's how these things go. These things move really fast. So I'm just gonna quickly kind of tell the audience like who you are via my perspective, and I'd love for you to either confirm or correct me on any of that. Okay. So what I know of you is I had seen you around San Marcos. You're kind of hard to miss, and you know people. You're kind of popular and that kind of thing. So I know that maybe you would like. I don't know. I was working a lot. I was working 2 jobs, and I was doing the music thing and trying to run the studio with Vontae. And I know you maybe came over and chilled at the crib for a minute and maybe checked things out or something. But then you came through and told Vontae you wanted to record a song, and you were very serious about it. And him and I had a little side conversation. Like, that's kind of interesting. Like, okay, cool. Let's see what happens. So, I remember I wasn't there for it. But I came home and Vontae was like, bro, you gotta hear this song. He was like, you will not believe what happened while you were gone. And I wish I could remember what the song was called. It was like, do you know what it was? What the first song was?
I think it was Pull Up.
Yeah.
I think it was Pull Up. Yeah. I think that was
Is that song released right now?
Yeah, it's under Samantha Gray, which was like my first artist name. Yeah.
Oh, that's why I can't find it.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll be finding that after the interview. For sure. Yeah, that's a really good song. Okay, so yeah, and then furthermore, I'm going to compare you to Naomi for just a second, because what happened with Naomi was she kind of did something similar from my perspective, where next thing I knew, I turned around and she was like making big splashes with music videos and stuff, and like on the internet radio and doing shows and doing all kinds of craziness. Now, the only reason why I had seen that one time and I didn't want to miss it again. And I saw you happening and I was like, oh, it's happening again. Oh, here we go. And do you feel like this happened very quickly? Like, I'm sure it looks very calculated. It looks like you planned a lot of it, but do you feel like it's happening fast?
Honestly, I feel like it's happening slow. So for me, I've always wanted to do music. Always been a singer. Been singing since I could talk. I've been writing songs as far back as I can remember, like elementary school. But I didn't really have like the confidence to go after it for a long time. And I think it was in college when I was finally like, you know what, like, I want to try this. I want to do this. But I didn't really have any like resources. I didn't really have like the knowledge of like even where to begin, but it was something I wanted to do so bad. And I had friends that were doing it. And the first person who kind of like helped me out, his name is Justin Tremaine. He's from Houston, LA. And he found me on IG and was like, I would always post little like covers of me singing songs. And he saw it and he's like, hey, I have these songs that I wrote and everything, and I would love you to sing them. I was like, okay. So I recorded my very first 2 songs with him. Those are the only songs I've ever recorded that I haven't wrote myself. And after that, I was like, okay, I can do this. Like, I can do this. And that's when I went to Vontae and I was like, okay, I want to do another song. Like, I want to make a song that I wrote now and I want to start that journey. So I finally had like a little momentum and I had that confidence and I was like, yo, I can do this. And I haven't stopped since.
Justin sounds like he dropped the match that was all over this gasoline, huh?
Yes.
Okay, very cool. And then Vontae was in here like, get some more gasoline on this.
Yes.
Do it.
Yeah, because
really
Vontae, cool. You know, I knew, it's one of the first things I knew about Vontae when we met, that he's in music and he's an engineer and all these things. And I really wanted to work with him. And I was like, okay, I have a friend right here who can do this. He can help me out. And it just hasn't stopped since. So for me, things are going slower than I would like, but I know it's all like, I believe very much in divine timing now. So I'm like, okay, you know, things are going to happen when they're supposed to happen. You know, some projects have taken a lot longer than I wish they would have. I'm very impatient. So I like a quick turnaround because I just get so excited. I'm like, okay, I'm ready to share this. So I do get frustrated when things take longer, but I have to kind of like take a step back and be like, this is happening for a reason. It's not supposed to be released yet. You know, everything will be right. So it's kind of the opposite for me.
Okay. And it's interesting how that works, right? From the driver's seat, you know, you have a different perspective on what speed you're going. But even someone who has literally been following you since day one, you look like you are moving so quickly. Just so you know. So that's really cool. So, all right, so let's get into the getting to know you a little bit here.
All right.
So what city are you in right now?
I'm in Austin.
Okay. And that's kind of where you're working and living?
Yeah.
Cool. And okay, so you actually so were you in like, I love to ask people, were you in choir back in the day?
Yeah, in high school, all 4 years.
What voice part were you?
I was an alto, but sometimes I would sing like soprano too. I was kind of like right in the middle of the two. So depending on what was needed, I would kind of sing both.
I hear that in your voice. I was wondering if you were a high alto or a low soprano.
Yeah.
Very cool. So do you have a favorite song that you've worked on, like your song so far?
I think my favorite one right now is Struck off my album that I just released. I've never really did a song like that. I've always loved kind of the old school, like love songs. So I was really proud of that one. I think that one's my favorite one.
Cool. I'll have to go check that one out. You have a lot of music. It's hard to know all of it, honestly. And I'm so caught up in your music videos right now that anyway, it's gonna take time before I fully know what you're up to over there. Okay. So Naomi, I saw you on, I think, your Instagram. You're out. Are you performing with her, next to her, before, after her?
I will be. So I haven't had the chance to perform my original music yet. So that's like been a huge thing at like the top of my list. That was the plan for this year. And then everything kind of just got crazy. And she is performing at Empire the day after Thanksgiving. And she's actually bringing me on. She's going to let me do my own song. She's so awesome. And then we're going to do Options together, which is a song off my album that we're both on. So it'll be my very first time. I'm so excited. I'm a little nervous.
I'm having trouble containing myself, honestly. I'm so pumped for you, dude.
Thank you.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Hi. Okay, so I want to take a left turn and talk about this little legion of artists we got going on in the Austin area. We got everyone from Naomi to my roommate who's in the next room here, Austin, who works with Triple Entendre, which is Vontae, Austin, and me.
Okay.
Naomi, Bryson was a large part of that. AQ, I'm sure you know about him. You are definitely a part of it now. And Carl Anthony, can't leave him out. And I just think it's so special. Like, you know, we're all definitely doing our own thing, but we're all connected and we're all seem to be kind of helping each other out and doing this thing together. And that's just really exciting, isn't it?
Yeah, it's awesome. And that's something I've really wanted for a long time. And I like to think I kind of manifested it. It's like I really wanted to have friends, you know, doing the same thing as me, like having artist friends, having musicians, videographers. I love creatives. And this year especially, I've met so many more. And it's funny, a lot of friendships have started through Instagram, just like finding people on Instagram and us connecting and then actually like meeting up in real life. Actually working on a song with Hello Desperado. We've never even met in person, but we have a whole song together. And that was like with Naomi too. Like we had never really met in person. And the first time we met was in the studio for Options. So,
wow.
You know, yeah. Serious? And now we're like good friends and we go to like shows together. So, yeah, she's awesome. I love her.
Y'all look like homies. Man, it just gets better, dude. I love it. All right, so who's your freaking videographer, man?
So I've worked with a few. The most recent one was Trent Owens for Options. Incredible. Definitely the most talented videographer I've ever worked with. I want to make the rest of my music videos with him. I actually am planning one for Struck that I want to do with him. But he's in San Antonio. And yeah. And then I worked on a video with Marcus. Call Me Common is his Instagram name. That video is coming out soon. Not sure when.
Do you know who did the GOAT?
His name's Raphael. Yes. He does he doesn't really do music videos. He does a bunch of like promo stuff. So
that makes a lot of sense when you watch the video.
Yeah.
But you know, he did all those little like, he has little animated illustrations.
Yes.
Like right on the cuts and and the little faces are going on to like express also what's going on in the video. Yeah. It was cool. Yeah. It was really cool.
Yeah. And that's what I wanted for that video because that song is very like, I hope this construction outside isn't like extremely loud.
I hear it. That's why I was doing like this. I was like, is that me? It's all right. I mean, it happens. No big deal. It's not that bad.
All day.
It's not that bad.
I can't escape it. But for that video, I wanted something like super like vibey and just happy and cute because the song is really like cute and like high energy. So I wanted something very, just like fun to go with it. Yeah, I love that video. I think it's so cute. And I love all the little like faces and the little horns that come up on the right. Yeah, I love it.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Options. Where was that done at? Where the hell are y'all?
Yeah, so I'm just so lucky to know just all these wonderful people. So it's actually a wedding venue out in Austin, kind of by the lake, I think.
What an ironic choice for the song. I love. Okay, continue, please.
Yeah. So the first time I'd ever like heard about it, I have this friend Prince who is awesome. He is an entrepreneur. He does a lot of things. There's a lot of people, and he threw a Halloween party there 2 years ago. And so that I went to the Halloween party and was like, "Yo, this venue is awesome." And when I was planning this music video, we really wanted to go for like a fairy tale like theme, something like magical. And I instantly thought of that place and I reached out to Prince and was like, do you think they would let us do a music video there? Yeah, everything worked out. That day filming that whole video, that was probably like one of the best days I've ever had. Everything just was like perfect. All these extra people like showed up to help and Naomi's friends, and Yeah, that was just a great day.
Y'all had like a whole
Such
crew,
a great
huh?
day. Yes. It was awesome. We were like in the bridal suite getting ready, and it was all fancy and this blue velvet everywhere. It's like, it felt like a dream. It was awesome.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it really showed on the video too, because you
Yeah.
watch it and the viewer is just like struck by the scenery.
Yeah.
That's
So
cool.
pretty.
So who's producing for you then? Who's making the tracks?
So I really don't have a producer. That's
You're just getting them
something
from wherever you need to get them from?
I usually go to BeatStars. Yeah.
Mhm.
I go to BeatStars, and because I'm very specific about like what I want. I'm really picky when it comes to beats. And it usually takes me a long time to find one that just kind of invokes a feeling on me. I'm like, okay, I can write to this. So a lot of mine have been like 30 hertz beats. I can't even remember the rest. But I think my whole album was from BeatStars.
Yeah. I think that's cool because you know, people can say, oh, well, I have a producer and this, that, and another. But for you to like actually take the time and sift through that, because there is a wonderful market of instrumentals. And like, that's what that is there for, you know, and
Yeah.
for you to have put together an album and all this from that is just as impressive as anything else.
Awesome.
Where are you doing your recording at? I know you recorded some on this mic next to me over here.
Yeah.
It was in San Marcos.
Yeah.
But where else?
So after Vontae, because the beginning I was working mainly with Vontae, I've been going to Sam Hinds in San Marcos. Yeah. So I've recorded since everything there. The whole album was recorded there.
Sam's studio makes me mad. It's so dope. It's so nice.
So dope. And he's so dope. He's just such a good like energy to record with, which is like extremely, extremely important to me. I've had several like engineers hit me up to go record at their studio, but like if the vibe isn't right, if I don't feel comfortable, it's not going to be a good session. And every time I go there, it's like super comfortable, super good energy. He gives me good feedback. Like I value his opinion. So yeah, I love going there.
That's the challenge when it comes to working with people. Like, you know, as much as I can produce my own tracks and record myself and do all that, I can't hold a camera to myself. And there's a lot of things that I can't do. And I need people's help for. And for them to be able to see the vision and feel the vision and make choices that are in that direction. It's just it's not a bad thing if they can't do it, but if they can't do it, you got to find the person that does, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So really, this is my last question for you, and please answer it as extensively or non-extensively as you want. What is the overall goal? What do you want to do? Why are you doing this? Give me some material things you want to accomplish. You know, is it the house? Is it the car? If it's not, that's cool too. Why are you doing this? Is it for you? Is it for somebody else? Is it because you got something to prove? You know, no wrong answers. And overall, what is it that you hope to accomplish with all of this? And where do you hope to see yourself at the end of all of it?
Yeah. So I guess I'll just kind of go back to the first inspiration. Like it's been my dream as a kid. Like my very first idol, 6 years old, was Britney Spears doing her thing. Oops, I did it again. I saw her and I was like, I want to be that. I want to do that. I want to sing. I want to dance on stages. I want to make these videos, and that never went away. You know, like I always wanted to be that so bad. And it just took a long time for me to find that confidence and just like trust myself and be like, I can do this. And once I found that, I was like, okay, I'm never going to forget that again. You know, I've lost time, so I'm not going to forget that again. And I mean, I'm just doing this for me. I don't have anything to prove to anyone. You know, I'm not one that really cares much about what people think. It's just a passion of mine. And I do hope that, you know, I'm very intentional with writing songs. There's been some times I start writing a song and I scratch it out because I'm like, yo, that's not a message I want to put out there. That's not the energy I want to put out there. One of my biggest inspirations now is Jhené Aiko. She is like a goddess to me. She is everything. Mm-hmm. And she has inspired me so much, just watching her journey and watching her become this very like elevated spiritual being and a wonderful mother and all these things, and always being so honest and so raw in her lyrics. And that helps me, you know, because I used to care what people thought of me a lot. And that's why I didn't do music, because I didn't think I was good enough. I didn't think anybody would like me. I thought they would judge me. I was scared what they think about my writings, you know, always trying to be like this little perfect whatever person. And I'm not a perfect person. I've been through a lot of stuff. I've done a lot of wrong. I've had a lot of wrong done to me. I'm not perfect by any means. And I've always had a very hard time being vulnerable and being open and talking about things. And I found that through music, I'm able to do that. I'm able to just kind of let those walls down and just put it out there. And I hope that that helps other people learn to let their walls down and be vulnerable and to speak their truth and not care, you know. So it's therapeutic for me, and that's why I do it. I love it. It helps me, and I really do help it. Helps others. I want to take this as far as it can go. You know, my first inspiration was Britney Spears, Superstar. That's always been like my dreams. Like, I want to be a superstar. I want to, you know, I'm here in Austin. It's going to start here. And I really hope that it just turns into something big. I really hope that I get a record deal. That would be a dream come true to me. That's something I want. I know a lot of people like to be independent, but I think for me, being signed would be a good thing for me. I want a team. I want people to help me. I need that knowledge. I need all of those things. And, you know, the money would be great, not just for me, but I could help the friends that have helped me. I've had a lot of people help me out, which has given me a chance. Like freaking Naomi, awesome. She's putting me on the stage. I didn't even ask for that. You know, Justin Tremaine, he found me and he just had 2 songs ready for me, did everything. All I had to do was come sing. And I've had a lot of people be good to me. So I definitely want to have a platform to be able to help other people. And yeah.
I think that's amazing, because I was watching, no, that's fire, because I was watching like an interview of, it was some old school rappers. It was like, it was NWA actually, the ones that are still alive. And they were talking about, they were just talking about how music is about expression. And when you're able to lay your walls down and be vulnerable in a song and express yourself, it helps other people express themselves. Because a lot of people maybe are just not very good at putting their emotions into words. And that's what music does for people, right?
Yeah.
And the thing that they said that caught my eye so much was they were like, but you know, those who come in doing this for superficial reasons are the ones that don't last long. And it's if it's not about the music, you know what I mean, then it's just not as real as it could be. So I love to hear that answer, because it's just very genuine, and giving back is something I can't wait to do for people. So I relate to that heavy.
Yeah. That's like a huge goal. That's always been a huge goal. Yeah.
All right. Well, all right. So we are going to leave as much information to everyone we mentioned in the comments below. And we're going to fade out to some of the music written by Ms. Violet Capri. Guys, please go check her out. She's obviously a sweetheart, and she is just killing it right now. So Violet, thanks so much for being with us today. And we'll see you out there. Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
That's why I always gotta stay on my grind. I tend to come off as a little icy. I only keep a few real ones around me. I got some walls up taller than the sky. Can't break them down. I'm so bad.